All right, what's up, y'all? Like I said in my last video, I would be giving a more detailed, in-depth look back at my military experience, my experience in the Army. So here I am. So I joined the Army when I was in high school. I joined it, or I signed the papers technically at like 17 to join, and I signed a reserve contract. And the whole reason is funny. Like, I think this is how it happened. Actually, no, this is how it happened. I remember specifically, I was in my bathroom, and no, even goes back way further than this. So there was one time at school where they were giving away free pizza if you could do pull up, or if you did pull ups, or oh no, it was free pizza if you signed up on a recruiter's paper, and he said like they will have, if you signed up, they can, it's giving them permission to contact you. So I signed up to get the free pizza. And I remember one of my good friends, Steven Asari, he was like they gonna get you, they gonna get you after that. And I was like making a joke. I was like, oh nah, I'm just getting the pizza, I'm finessing. Whole time I'm the one who got finessed. But looking back at that, he already knew, like he called it. But I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, hey man, I just want a piece of pizza. But that, me getting that piece of pizza, put me in their like recruiting system to call me or whatever. So I'm finishing up, or no, I'm in my junior year of high school, and I think I was finishing up my junior year, and I get a call from the recruiter one day, and I'm in my bathroom, and then he's like, "Oh, how do you plan to pay?" He's like, "What are your plans?" He's asking me what are my plans. I'm like, "Oh, I'm just go to college, blah blah blah. Go to community college first, then transfer to 4 year." And he's like, "Okay, how do you plan to pay for that?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just gonna pay my way through. That's what I plan to do. I was just gonna work and pay my way through." And he was like, "Oh, the military could pay for that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, but I'm not really interested." And he's like, "Oh, what about reserves?" And he's like, "You can go to school while doing that." And I was like, "Oh." Pretty much he kept talking to me, and then finally I was like, "All right, whatever. I'll just come in to hear what he got to say." So I come in, we start talking, and then I'm not gonna lie, they sold me. I was like, "Wait, what? This joint sound kind of sweet. Like, I'm gonna be a reservist. I barely gotta show up. I gotta show up 2 days out the month and 2 weeks out the year, which is a lie. You show up more than that, but that's what they tell you. Uh, and I'm gonna get school free." I was like, this like sound like a win-win to me. So I ended up starting the process, and then I'm starting to tell my parents. I'm starting to tell the people around me. I'm like, "Yup, this is what I'm doing." Uh, I go in to take the test and stuff. Next thing you know, my parents got to sign some papers because I was still 17 at the time, and yeah, I mean, my life pretty much started getting planned into the military after that. And senior year is when, after senior year, that's when I left for basic training, and I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, Sand Hill. If y'all know my Sand Hill dogs. You feel me? Uh, that's where the infantry train at. So, the basic training there was a little bit rougher, a little bit tougher. At least that's what we say. Um, but it was a good time, kinda, not really. But it was a good experience. Basic training was like a good experience to put some hair on your chest. You feel me? Make you go through a little bit of adversity. It wasn't crazy hard, but at the same time, you away from family, you ruck marching with painful feet and stuff like that. So it was tough, but it wasn't nothing crazy that we couldn't get through. But it really was a nice mental challenge. So fast forward past boot camp, I go to AIT, and I forgot to say, but I was an ammunition specialist, so that was like my route that I chose or whatever. So I go to AIT, do that in Fort Lee, Virginia, come back home, and it's crazy, man. As soon as I get back home, I start up school a little bit after. I start going to my community college. And then shortly after that, so 2019, I graduated, and y'all know what happened after that, COVID. So I get back home, start going to school, and then the next thing you know, COVID starts. So that was a whole nother experience right there. So like a lot of my military time was spent in like that COVID era. Um, but fast forward again to the next like big checkpoint. I'm doing my military stuff, doing my drills, going to my ATs. Next thing you know, one day we're at drill. They're like, "Oh yeah, we got a deployment coming up or rotation. So if you guys are interested, write your name down on this list, and it will give you more information." And I'm like, you know what? I want to hear more information. So I write my name down on the list, thinking, I'm gonna just get some more information. I didn't say I wanted to go. I just wanted to hear more about it. Next thing you know, I get a call from my first sergeant. He like, "Oh yeah, Ali, you going on the deployment?" And it's my first sergeant, so I'm not gonna be like, wait. Or in my head, I was like, hold up, I never agreed to this. I just said I wanted more information. But he calls me and tells me that I'm going, and at this point, I'm like, I whatever. I mean, I was like, whatever. I guess this is what's happening, and it's actually good that I signed up for that or that they kind of just pushed me towards that, because it ended up really helping me out in the end, because I just had pretty much access to a lot more stuff after that, benefit wise and experience wise too. Like that was a very like valuable time for learning my job and just getting more experiences, life experiences, all of that. Living alone, living away from family, all that. So we end up start training for the deployment, and we end up going to Poland, and we're in Poland now. And this is when you see, like, I feel like everything happens to like my class or like my generation or like the stuff whatever I do. Like, I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like my class or like my group is when stuff happens all the time. I just felt like that all my life. But as soon as we get to Poland, that's when they start talking about the Russia Ukraine stuff. They're like, yeah, special military operation, blah blah blah. Russia trying to go into Ukraine, and we're hearing about it, but we're like, we don't really know what's going to happen. And we start seeing stuff in the newspaper. I'm seeing grandmas holding AK-47s in the newspaper. They're stuff is starting to buzz around, like stuff is starting to build up, and then finally they come into Ukraine. They cross over into Ukraine, so that whole war starts, and we were there during that time. So I mean, I'm not going to go into detail, but you know, but obviously we weren't fighting there or nothing, but you know, we were there, right next to it, at least Poland. But overall, that was a good experience. We did get to travel a lot. I got to go to Germany, Czech Republic. We were supposed to go to like a couple more spots and stuff like that, but not every trip we had fell through. But we had a good amount of trips around Poland. We went to Gdansk, Krakow, where else? A couple of spots. But I got to explore Poland a lot, and I found out it was a really cool, slept on country, and I'll definitely go back again if I get the chance. So I spent a year there, and by this time I think it was around 2022, 2020, yeah, probably like 2022. So I think 2023 is when I get back home. And after getting back home, things, slowed down a little bit. Still doing school, all of that. And once again, I'm getting paid to go to school at this point. So, I really could not have asked for a better, opportunity or whatever. And I'm not even tapping into like to my GI Bill yet or anything like that. I'm just using tuition assistance and getting paid to go to school off that. So, that was very, very beneficial, a big blessing to me. And I'm still working at the time too. So, I'm just saving up money. I'm still in my parents' house and everything. So I'm just saving up. And slightly after this, I guess the next big benchmark was me going to, we had a couple big like ATs and stuff like that, national training centers. And then after that, I think my next big like chapter was me going to the NCO Academy. So I became a sergeant. I did the month-long training there in Fort Dix, New Jersey. And this is 2024. So after 2024, I became a sergeant, and shortly after that, this is pretty much where we're at now. I mean, uh, not much has happened after that. I mean, I was just back in my unit drilling again, doing the same old working, drilling, school. Ended up graduating last year as well, and my military service. I'm looking. I'm like, oh shoot, it's coming to an end, and they're asking me. They're like, oh, you wanna re up? You wanna re up? I'm like, oh, nah, I'm good. And it's funny because like another thing is I went to I wanted to go to like my one of this last drill is a field training exercise. And I was just like, might as well since it's my last one probably that I'll have. So I ended up going and I ended up winning an award for best NCO. I say that with quotation marks because I don't think I did that and nothing crazy to win it. I feel like it was just, I don't know. I don't think I did anything crazy to win it, but I ended up winning it. And it was just funny because, I was still leaving after that, even though I'm still progressing and doing good. But I just felt like it was my time to leave at that point. So people asking me if I still wanted to keep going and re up, it just wasn't really something that was in my head. On top of that, I had gotten into a program with hiring our heroes, and I was able to land my first um, job after college. So, and I actually got it while I was still in school. I started the fellowship, and then after I was done with school, I was able to get hired on full time. And uh, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So, I mean, my experience in the military was great. Like I said, I was a reservist the whole time. I mean, obviously, I did my time of active when I did the rotation or deployment, whatever you want to call it. But I honestly can't complain, man. I had a great time, met some great people, countless great people, great friends, and being a reservist, a lot of people that I met that I'm very close with still live around me. One of my good friends in the military, he live in Virginia. I got people who live in West Virginia, Maryland, so I can go see them anytime. So it's not like for me, it's not like I'm like losing anything by leaving, really, other than I don't gotta go deal with the military stuff no more. Cause like I said, it is a good experience overall, but I mean it's the military at the same time, so you gotta be prepared for that. But also don't want to like leave anyone like I said, thinking the military is like all green and gold and everything, Uh, if you join, you definitely got to be prepared to, maybe have to go anywhere at any time. So that's a possibility. People die in the military. That's a possibility too. So it's not just get your benefits and you have no risk or nothing like that. So I mean, you do have to be willing to serve your country at the end of the day if you're signing that contract. So I mean, you know, just putting that out there. It's not just uh a regular job is what I'm saying. So, definitely be prepared for that if you do want to join or anything like that. And I'm not advocating to join or anything. I'm just giving my experience. But yeah, man, military did great by me. Like I said, I was able to go to school for free, even get paid going to school. So I went positive going to school, guys. That's like unheard of unless you're like a college athlete. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I literally have to put nothing down for my new home that I'm gonna get. So all that money I've saved that I was planning to use if I had to use a FHA or something like that, I could use that money for other investments now instead of having to put it as a down payment. Um, what else? Guys, well, if you got any pains or ailments in the military, make sure y'all documenting that. I mean, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna go into deep about that, but if you know, you know. Other thing I'll add is the military is all that you make it. There's a lot of people who join and they just don't have the best mindset of okay, like I'm gonna take full advantage of all the opportunities that the military is giving me. When you join, have a plan, y'all. I don't care if that's you want to, use the benefits to become a, You want to go join and become a plumber, a electrician, a nurse, a doctor, whatever. Just have a plan, guys. You want to become an artist? I don't know. Just have a plan is what I'm saying. Like, have a entry plan and an exit plan. If you want to do, know if you want to do 3 years, know if you want to do 20. And obviously, if you choose to do 20, you could always change or whatever, because, things change. But I'm just saying, have some sort of game plan before you join. I definitely had a game plan, and people always make fun of me. They're like, "Oh, you just milked the military," and I mean, yeah, I did. I knew what I wanted out in the military. I went there. I I did everything I needed to do, and now I'm out. And you, it's just like, have a plan, guys. Have a plan, because I've seen countless people join and they just look at it as like some sort of, I'm in the military. I'm good now. And the next thing you know, you see their lives falling apart because they started to they're wasting all the money they're earning. They're living above their means, or they're getting people pregnant or getting married and just doing dumb stuff. Guys, don't do dumb. Don't get married just because of money too, y'all. A lot of the military people be doing that. But just be smart, guys. Just like, I feel like if you join the military, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to f up your life after that. But just stay on the good path, y'all. Don't start drinking every week or partying every week or getting into some depression, or you know what I'm saying. Just be mentally strong, as much as you can. If you need help, go get help. A lot of people have a lot of these things in the military. I won't go too deep into that, but the military is all that you make it. So make sure you get what you want out of it, and you'll be happy after you leave. And that's pretty much what I'm getting at too. A lot of people aren't happy after they leave because they feel like the military took more out of them than they got. So just be conscious of the job you're choosing when you join. Be conscious of the people you hang around, all that sort of thing. Be conscious of your eating habits, your health, drinking, all that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep in contact with your family back home, all of that. And my perspective is a little bit different because I am a reservist, so I was still home at the same time. But I have still seen that, active duty life. And I've seen people go into that toxic military culture, is what I'd say. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all. That was my military experience. If y'all have any more questions or anything, or if y'all want me to make another video, I could actually probably detail some stories and stuff later on if y'all want that, but just let me know. And if y'all like this video, then please subscribe and like this video. And appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all tuning in for the whole video.